Mm-hmm. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Woohoo! My name is Tom. I'm a fantasy sports addict. Yep, that's right. Yeah, we just wrapped up fall finals, the playoffs, 2018 season. It's all behind us now. Like I said, you're checking out Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. I'm Tom, fantasy sports addict. I'm going to run you through what happened this year in 2018 fantasy baseball. We had a long, beautiful season. We started the day after the World Series. We started drafting Cubby Knowles Dynasty. That's the first league I'm going to show you. Just to recap, who won, who's carrying the title going into next year, who's like, ooh, I'm sitting pretty. We're just going to go through it. Like, I know it's Monday night, probably Tuesday when you check out this video. Did Tom get a little mopey? Did Tom get a little sad? Maybe. A little lacking in the titles department, I gotta admit. Sorry to say. Well, let's dive into it. Let's take a look. You know what? I mean, honestly, before we go into it, let's take a second. Everybody who has weathered this storm, there's a few of you who couldn't quite hack it. I'm not going to name names, but, you know, some of us went to extreme lengths to win. Some of us couldn't hack it. It was a long year, but it was glorious. And we got a lot of usual names. We got a lot of usual faces. And this is something we're going to contend with going forward. We're going to talk about this consistency, fiber regularity, if you will allow me that analogy. Well, let's just dive on in. Like, let me just show you what happened. We've been talking about it for 4 weeks now. Here we are. This is the FSAA Dynasty. This is Cubby's League. This is the Dynasty we started literally the day after the World Series last October or November. I'm not sure which. I mean, fuck, it's been that long. Who knows? Oh, Christ. Look who it is. Look who's in first, second, third. Okay. I've been talking about it for a few weeks now, but Pete, Pepsi Pete, golf clap. Nate Dogg, golf clap. Nate Dogg thought he was out of this shit. First year Dynasty. This is James's first year Dynasty. 16 teams, 18 playoffs. It's pretty cutthroat, pretty brutal, pretty fun. And of course, James came in third. James finished third or better in 7 of 9 leagues, I believe. We'll get to that in a moment. But Pete, first year out of the gate, just like, take that, Indy. He raped Indiana Jones. Just threw Nathan right out a fucking window. Sorry, Nate Dogg, you got fucked out the window. Pepsi Pete came in, does what he does. And look at what we got. Pepsi Pete, Nate Dogg, James. So that's the FNA Dynasty. I'm going to go through these teams in order, the head-to-head leagues. I'm going to leave out the Roto leagues. We can mention them at the end. No big deal. But Pete takes down James's first-year Dynasty. It's going to be a hell of a year going in next year. We're going to Fantrax, going back to Fantrax, glorious home of FSAA and any other great Dynasty league you're in. So congratulations, Pepsi Pete. That's title number 1. Title number 1, baby. Nate Dogg just a little bit outside. I mean, I don't know if I can show the final here. Let's see it. Look at this. Look at this. 22 home runs. He had 18, I believe, going into the weekend. So only picked up a handful more. But, like, Look at this dominance. Look at what Pete did. Like, he just Nate Dogg, I know you're not going to like this analogy, being a man of the cloth, but he decimated your asshole. Like, you got raped dry. Sorry, not sorry. And then look at this fucking ERA and whip. Like, Pepsi Pete literally, like, okay, you got your wins and your Ks and you're this and you're that. He raped you the fuck dry. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm not sorry, because Pepsi Pete, you are one of the best managers we have in Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. And I mean, this is what we have to contend with. So, beautiful performance by Pepsi Pete. And the next league we have to look at is the FSAA head-to-head snake. This is not a dynasty. This is just a redraft snake. Oh, look, Pepsi Pete's back in the mix. Well, this doesn't necessarily tell the tale here. James, Cubby Knoll, all your stolen base versus Pepsi Pete. Like, yeah, the score doesn't look like it reflects what really happened, but I believe this is, what, 2 years in a row for you, Cubby. Kudos. But Pete, just right in there. And then, of course, on top of the curve, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Oh, wait. It's JD Balla, baby. It's JD. He's, like, always in the mix. I finished shit ass 12th, but this is first year dynasty, so actually, no, it's just head to head, so I just sucked. I forget that. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I think I mentioned it before. It was a tale of two seasons. I won the first half of the season, and then I lost the last half of the season. Like, literally, win, lose. You know what I mean? Half and half. I split it, and then I sucked. So, no show for me, but Pete, James, JD. Oh, God. Some of these names are going to be so familiar to you by the time we're done with this. Moving on, FSAA Dynasty. Oh, look. Oh, God. We had Autopilot Andrew for various reasons, which I think most of you are familiar with. 6-5. Thank God Autopilot team did not beat an active manager. Now, there was some concern that JD wasn't active. Like, whoa, what's going on? JD hasn't made many moves. He hasn't made any moves. He's like the spider in a web, just waiting, just creeping. And then all of a sudden, a little fly wanders in, and he's like, it's just drinking its guts, and its blood just. I don't start streaming until Friday or Saturday or Sunday. JD smothered and destroyed Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. You can't coast through the playoffs unattended. So we did our best to set your team and make sure you're there. Oh, but here's this other motherfucker, James, fucking Cubby Knoll. See, again, I told you, you're going to get familiar with the usual fucking suspects. JD, Andrew, Cubby Knoll. Okay. Now I was right behind. I wish I hadn't opened my mouth going against Cubby, our buddy James. I was like, well, if you're not playing, I'm gonna make a few streams and yeah. But he's like, I really listened to what you said, and I was like, this is our last season on Yahoo, and fuck it, I'll give you a run for your fucking money since, you piped in and you said something. No, and of course I get fucked out the window, so no trophy for me in FSAA Dynasty. My fault. Kudos to James. We're going to get into that in a minute. JD and James. There's some sort of fiber regularity here. We're going to talk about that. I mean, sometimes a little backed up, sometimes I'm a little loose, but these guys are fucking regular. We'll get into that. So, JD, first title for JD here. And Andrew on autopilot. And then, it's a third place, but still a very strong seasonal showing overall across the boards for a guy like, not even a guy like, but just James. Like I said, we'll get into that regularity. Here's Ryan's Dynasty Hall of Fame. This was my one chance at like a really meaningful title. And I don't mean that disrespectfully for the one title I did win. I can't think of the manager's name. I feel very terrible about that right now. He's in our head-to-head leagues, and I think the Roto League. I don't know. Sorry, dude. I can't remember your name. But look at this. 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 JD, second title. Here's me. I think this is the fourth year in a row. The fourth year in a row, I've come in second place in Ryan's Hall of Fame League. And let me just pause right there before I move on to my league. Let's just, like, for a moment of culpability, and since we're all being accountable, Ryan and I put a pie bet on the line. I win his league. He wins my league. Nobody gets a pie. Ryan loses my league. Pie. I lose Ryan's league. Pie. We both lose. Double pies. Well, I think you know what happened. I mean, if you play in our leagues, you do know what happened. Looks like I'm taking a pie. It's not tonight. It'll be sometime. But I came in second. My one shot at, like, I have been chasing this trophy 4 years. 4 fucking second place finishes, I believe, in a row. Like, I'll get to that in a minute. With the Cubby and the JD and the Pete. Ugh. Where they win, I choke. Okay, let's, you can skip ahead to the end and see what happens. But back to, squeeze me. Back to where we were. We're going to squeeze on into my league here. League of Evil. Ryan, my good friend, my great buddy, my lover, my equal better half, he has once again, actually, I don't know if he has. This might be his first foray into winning Tom's leagues, but the League of Evil, taken down by Flying Elbow. That is, as you know, Dirty Bird. Dirty Bird winning the leagues. No pies for Dirty. No, just pie for me. And Flash, whom I lost to last week. There's me. Oh, I got a third place trophy. Yay. Yeah, sarcastic clap. But congratulations to Ryan. Congratulations to everybody. We've got, like I said, JD, JD, James, and hang on. What are we doing? Oh, Pete. So 2 titles for Pete, which is technically 3 because he's going to take down the Roto League by 30 points. And now I have to decide trophies and awards. Okay. I have none myself because I suck ass. And, like, it was a good season. I wanted more. James kind of, I think he was being nice to me. Cubby, you were being nice to me, I think. Right? Like, if we're disappointed after this season, like, we finished so well, we did so well. Are we going to take home like we didn't? No. I wanted more. I wanted some color in the cabinet. We're not on Yahoo anymore. We're switching to Fantrax, but I wanted a little more gold on my way out the door. I didn't get it. I'm doomed to always finish not quite second in my league and second in Ryan's, it seems like. This has gone on 4 or 5 fucking years now. Last night I was thinking about this. I was looking at it. I was looking at the standings. I'm looking at our dynasty basketball teams, and basketball leagues, and football, and I'm just like, why am I playing fantasy sports, baby? It's miserable. I'm like fucked out the window, Bubba. No, the difference 24 hours makes is that I've been at this since November. Cubby's been at it since November. JD never quits. Uh, we Ryan. All right, don't take this the wrong way, Ryan. If you're watching this video, all of us were like, wait a minute, Ryan's playing for a championship. Because last year, I mean, if you don't know, there was a little bit of drama difference. Ryan kind of bailed out, for lack of better terms. No shade here being cast or thrown, but it's nice to see Ryan playing for a championship. He won my league. I think, Ryan, am I wrong? Is this the first time you won my league? I mean, I wanted to win yours real bad, dude. Real fucking bad. In fact, I had to pie myself over this. We made the pie bet. But last night I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of bent out of shape on fantasy. I'm a little sick of it. I got to manage all these FSAA leagues and 24 hours later, I get a little medicine in me. I got my great grandfather's secret recipe here. Old Crow and RC Cola. Just fine. I think we're gonna be okay here. We got a thin candy shell. But no, I mean, seriously, we got to start looking at awards now, like trophies. Who wins what? We got to talk about most consistent. I call it the Fiber Regularity Award. We talk about who's the most consistent winner of FSAA, any of the managers in any of the FSAA leagues. We got JD Balla, J Money, of course, James, Cubby Knoll. I'm not quite in that group yet, I don't think, but that's why I started, and that's why I wanted to be part of something like FSAA, is because why be the best manager, or why be one of the best managers in a league when you could have a league full of managers equally good or as better than you? You know what I mean? Industry people, whatever. We had a great showing. I mean, the regulars, I think of the Fiber Regularity Awards. It's Bronson for tanking, because he's consistently a piece of shit in last place, which fucking fix that, Bronson. Sorry, not sorry. And I know you will. So, no worries. Don't worry about it. But JD, J Money, and James, the three J's. Wish I could smoke them all and sort of be as good as them at fantasy. But I mean, we talk about Fiber Regularity. I mean, I don't even dare pull it up. I don't even want to pull up JD or J Money here. Just as an example, Cubby, I don't know where it is. I'll have to pull it. I don't even know if I can pull it up. He's won the FSAA head-to-head league 2 years in a row. Pete now is in this mix. We just have such great managers, and as much as I was like, oh, I didn't win. How do I not give it up? Slow clap, loud clap, fast clap, whatever the fuck clap you want. You guys deserve it. You fucking kicked ass. It was a hell of a season. We've been at it since November of last year. And thank fucking Christ we're taking off until December this year. So, I mean, you guys just pat yourselves on the back. I got one fucking trophy this year, one championship. It was the points league. And again, I don't remember who it was that invited me, and I beg your forgiveness for this. Dude's in our head-to-head league, and he's like, "Hey, I got this like points league, and I got an open spot." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'll take it," because I got one open Yahoo roster spot or league spot. I took it down. I won it. It wasn't my team. I didn't draft it, but I just managed it. I did the best I could. I won. And I mean, that's all you can ever do in any league. But I mean, I'm serious. Like, we got so many fucking heavy hitters in these leagues. It's absurd. I mean, it really is absurd. The level of competition, I mean, you can't find anything better in a paid league. You can't find anything better in a pro league. And I know for a fact, given the industry leagues we've done, like James, he's finishing top 20 in the TGFBI leagues. Those are the Great Fantasy Baseball Invitational. So I'm finishing top 50-ish, like 41, 42. James is finishing like 19, 20. I don't know where Andrew's finishing. He was the only other manager that got in. But if you want to get in next year, just fake an article on my website. We'll get you in. No big deal. Right? Like, I really love Oh, he's a writer, like we'll get you in. But seriously, I mean, I mean this with all sincerity that even our most passive managers, such as maybe Bronny, like given the right circumstances, and this goes to you and applies to you who, maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if I could keep up with that. Like, look, your leagues, if you make them as good as they can be, and if you are serious about competing, there's no reason you can't compete with the experts or the writers or the, like it's just, we all know who's what, I mean, we've all got access to the same statistics. It's just numbers. It's just information. We've all got access to the same shit. I mean, it's how you interpret it. And I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. Like, as much as I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I really needed that win against JD. Like, and JD, doff of the cap to you. My offense just didn't show up. My pitching, which is not normally my strength, my pitching showed up. My offense took a shit, just literally shit the bed in Ryan's Hall of Fame league. But, I mean, we got some consistency. We got JD, J Money, Bronson tanking, and James. Like, so 3 out of 4 of those people are regularly kicking ass. And it's going to come down to league trophies, league awards. I'm going to pass these out. I got to figure out something good for Ryan for taking down League of Evil. I got to come up with something like a little double something for JD, a little double something for James, I guess. Although one of those leagues is, well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. Like it's just one of those things. We'll come up with some good trophies. But even if you weren't playoff material or you weren't championship material, I think just generally this is one of the best fantasy baseball seasons we've ever had. And, I was a little bummed last night. I think that was just like my panties were a little full of sand. I got some sand in my vag. It happens. It gets a little scratchy and you're like, oh, kind of, but cleaned it out, got the sand out of my vagina, and I'm feeling pretty good about the fantasy baseball season we had. It was fun. I mean, we literally haven't quit since like last March. I mean, if you think about it, like those of us who've been in all these drafts and all these leagues, we haven't quit since fucking, what was it? 2017, 26. I don't know. We've just been going. And so everybody, like, even if you weren't like top 3, top 5, whatever, just we'll pat on the back. Like, we're at this. We're like, and you're not playing amateur shit. Like, this isn't bullshit. Like, these leagues are legit. I don't care if there's no money on the line. There doesn't even need to be. That's how you know you've got a good league. If you don't even need to put money on the line, it's just literally like, fuck you, I will eat your soul for fun. That is a good league. And it's still friendly. I will eat your soul for fun. That's a good league. And those are the leagues we have. I just want to remind everybody that we are permanently switching to Fantrax. This goes for obviously football's on Fantrax, basketball coming up, Fantrax. I'm hoping we can get in like one hockey at least. If anybody's interested in hockey, Fantrax. But FNA Dynasty is reopening for preseason trades, hot stove. Same thing for the FSAA leagues and the home dynasties. Everything opens up basically December 9th on Fantrax. We'll be talking about draft pick trades, like trading prospects we've been hoarding, whatever it is. So you've got until then to just kind of like kick back, set your football lineups, set your basketball, take a break, don't shit the bed, don't go fucking crazy in a mental institution, whatever the fuck it is. We're coming back. It's going to be fine. It's going to be glorious. I mean, I got to take a pie. Ryan, you won my league. I lost in your league. JD, you skunked me. I couldn't do anything to manage around you. I played it like that was like some of my best managing ever. It was like so selective. All my spot starts for pitching and streams. It's head to head. You can't win every head to head league. There's so many bad breaks that happen. It hurts. It sucks. But you have fun. I mean, last night I was like, I don't know if I want to play basketball. I don't know if I want to be commissioner of so many leagues. That guy fucking died last night. New guys here. New Tom's fine. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Like, we had a hell of a season. And even if you weren't like top 10, top whatever, like, it was still a good season. I mean, think about all the like laughs and sadness and just ups and downs. It was beautiful. It was a great season. It was one of my better seasons despite the lack of trophies. And I think it was the same way for a lot of you. It's not even always about trophies, because why do you want to play in a league where you win all the time? That's bullshit. That's chicken shit. Like, you want to play in a league where you are challenged, where you have to like literally throw down. You're going to the mats. Like, I don't care if this is Dynasty. I'm going to throw every prospect over fucking board. And I'm just throwing like whatever pitcher I can against you. Whatever it is, whatever you need to do to win. That's how you know you're in a good league. And we had that this year. We had literally some of the best baseball leagues I've ever seen. I mean, so I thank you all for that. I bemoan my lack of championships, especially with the clone teams in the home leagues. I was in first place all fucking year, man. Oh my God. But you know what? I didn't fucking start these leagues. I didn't want to be part of this shit just to have a patty cake victory. I was a little bummed last night. I didn't do this video last night, but nah, man, we had fun. We had a good old fucking time. And it was a great baseball season. And I thank each and every one of you for being part of it. And I hope you'll be back next year. We got fantasy basketball coming up. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you're into some hoops, you want to just try something different or try a new hoops league, hit me up. Like I said, everything from here on out is on Fantrax. I've posted this on our message boards. I'm going to post it in the league chats on Yahoo. I mean, everybody knows at this point. And if you don't want to come along, shame on you. It's your loss. But just I mean, again, like I love winning. I love winning. But Ryan, you know this. We've talked about it a million times. And you've won more than I have in a lot of sports, in a lot of leagues, in a lot of circumstances, and vice versa. Like I've done better than Ryan in certain circumstances, but just generally speaking, I think we can all relate to this. It's not as much fun to win when you're not challenged. Why else are we play? Like, I mean, we'd play public leagues. We'd be like, "Hi, I'm generic Yahoo guy. I'm generic ESPN guy. Look, it's a bunch of people I don't know that suck, and we're gonna disappear in 2 weeks." No, no, we want some cutthroat fucking action. Some people that give a shit. Some people that are gonna set their lineups. They're gonna like stream they're gonna throw the fucking kitchen sink at you, right? And you're gonna do your best to countermanage that. Like I left everything out there for every league I was in. I left everything out on the field or out on the court or on the table or whatever it was. All my spot starts, all my pickups, everything. And didn't come away the way I wanted. But how can you be disappointed with one of your winningest seasons ever? I mean, you're not going to win everything. You're not going to win all the championships. It's okay. It's okay. You know why? Because you might someday, and you may, and maybe you won't. But you can't savor the true flavor. Can't savor it without that bitter taste of defeat. So I know the one time, someday, when I win Clone Gold in our home Dynasty leagues, again, I was in first place all year. Bunch of head-to-head horse shit fucked me out the window. But it wasn't horse shit. I lost to good managers. Nothing you can do about that. Your team doesn't show up pitching-wise, hitting-wise, whatever. Doesn't matter. You know, get a bent out of shape for a day or two. Come back and realize, you know what? I'm just more motivated for next year, baby. So congratulations to Pete, JD, James, right? Usual fucking suspects. Ryan. I mean, it was a hell of a season. What are we going to say? Like, I can't wait until we're back on Fantrax and we're opening for the winter meetings and we've all had a little cool down period, like a couple lazy weeks of like, oh, I set my football lineup for once a week. And like we're getting ready for fantasy basketball, which is still pretty passive comparatively to baseball. I mean, if you really love fantasy sports, I think the toughest sport to win and the toughest sport to manage is fantasy baseball. Feel free to leave a comment and, you know, counter me on that. But baseball's its own special fucking, it's just, I mean, I don't know. Like, even when you get the bad breaks and your heart's fucking crushed, like, you wake up the next morning and you're like, all right, next year, you know what I'm going to do? Like, I'm already plotting my revenge. So I hope you're all looking forward to that next year because I'm coming in your mouth for you. Sorry, a little graphic. No, I'm serious. Like, that's how you feel. You're like, all right. Like, we got Jose. Jose's giving James shit, Cubby. He's like, well, where are my teams on Fantrax? I want to see my roster on the new site. And James is like, whoa, dude, it's like 1 day since the season ended. But Jose is like, no! Because he's that eager. He's ready to start making moves. So am I. And I hope you are too. But again, congratulations to everybody. I'm going to be passing out season end awards. We'll figure it out. I gotta find some good trophies for all you guys because you all deserve them. I don't know what else to say. We got fantasy basketball coming up. I hope you're interested. If If you want to play some fantasy hoops, you haven't been in our leagues before, just hit me up. You know my website, fantasysportsaddicts.com. You can always email me, FSAA at Gmail. You can hit me up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, word double letter A, FSAA. I mean, we still got a few things. They're a little more casual than baseball. I don't know why that is. I love it that my favorite sport is the most insane of all fantasy sports. But I hope you guys enjoy it too. We had a great year, even if you didn't win. God damn, that was fun. I mean, I left it all out there. I left it all out there. Yeah, I'm crushed in some regards, but we had fun. We had fucking fun. Did we not? Andrew, you kind of pieced out, but you still showed up well. I hope next year we could avoid some of that. Like, Bronny, this is again another stern admonishment, whatever. No more tanking. You're done tanking. You are getting in this fucking fight. Anybody who doesn't want to travel over to Fantrax with us for the remainder of whatever time these leagues have, let me know. I can replace you. It's no harm, no foul, nothing personal. But we are moving to Fantrax. It's official. I think we've said it a million times. Just Fantrax is where you want to be, especially if you got like serious fantasy leagues. So, and if you haven't tried Fantrax, check them out. But I'm going to close it down. I just want to say again, thank you, Ryan. Maybe we'll get together and you can pie me, or at least I'll pie myself. Maybe it's a year-end thing. We'll figure it out. But again, congratulations to our fiber regularity people, Pete, JD, James, you bastards. You did it again. And that's the beauty of what Ryan and I created, is that we didn't have to be the best managers. Woot wasn't always the best man. Now Woot is a great manager. But we, like, the three of us we didn't have to be the great managers because we got other great managers. And it's exciting to have some competition. So I hope, maybe if you're not in our leagues, you've got your home leagues, your own leagues that you've created, or people friends, family, whatever, even though we advocate not playing with those two groups. I hope your leagues are at least as satisfying, win, lose, draw, whatever, as ours are. Because when I think about it, I mean, there's so few managers I would want to lose to other than like Cubby or JD or J Money or even Ryan, and like, I think I've lost all three of them, all four of them, whatever, like, it just gives me another, purpose. I just got to keep fighting, got to keep digging, got to keep going, I mean, next year's new year. So we'll pass out awards. I won't keep yakking up your time, but thank you everybody for playing this year. I hope you come back next year, and I hope you're okay with Fantrax, because that's where we're at. So I'll just close with Fantasy Sports Serenity Prayer. We all know it. Feel free to shout along at home as you watch this after the fact. Fantasy gods! Please grant me the serenity, set my ideal lineups, which I did all year. Courage to ad drop aggressively. Left nothing on the table. Made all my moves. Still didn't win, but, wisdom as always. Make good trades. Which trades will open up? That's the beauty of Fantrax, everyone, especially for Dynasty. Preseason trades. Okay, once we open the leagues up, like I said, around December 9th, the winter meetings. Start making trades. Hey, I heard about this and this. I saw that on your roster. Make some trades. You guys had a great season. I mean, like again, I was like fucking because I didn't win my championship against JD and Ryan. Thinking now I have to buy myself boo-hoo. Windshield tear wipers, right? Nah, fuck it. Very few people I'd rather lose to. So we had a great season. Congratulate yourselves, and I'm glad you guys stuck around. We had fun. It was great. So fantasysportsaddicts.com is the website. Hit me up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, we're double letter A, F is double A. December 9th, we're reopening for baseball. Meantime, we got basketball. I hope your football teams are doing well. And we're going to try to squeeze in one hockey if we can, or at least I am. See you guys next time. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't do FSAA without any of you. And I don't think anybody doubts that. Again, we all know, what makes us great is each other, our community. So thank you. And I hope next year, maybe I can hoist a few flags that actually, wave in your face. But if not, it breaking my heart. There's no other group of people I'd rather lose to, you fucking assholes. I love you guys. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. See you guys next time. And we're talking fantasy hoops now. Enjoy your actual teams kicking ass in the playoffs, though. So, Red Sox fans, Cubs fans. Oh, wait. We didn't mention D-backs fans. You'll notice D-backs hat not being worn. Fuck the D-backs. See you guys next time. Sorry to pine on forever, but I had a hell of a season. You know what? I mean, again, I'm excited. Last night I was bummed. Tonight, totally opposite story. I look back and I'm like, God, I play with some of the best fantasy man. I don't want to opine forever, but some of these managers are so good, and they're better than the experts. They're better than the paid writers, and they're better than Tris Beldar Conehead. Which, by the way, if you're still in a Disciples of Base League, why? I mean, I know it's a fucking train wreck, and we all love watching train wrecks, but Beldar Conehead, unaccountable. Get the fuck out of those shit leagues. Fuck Tris. Seriously, play some serious shit. That's all I got to offer. You guys have a good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you playing basketball. Good night.